So New York's hotels are about to have a big change. The city council recently passed a Safe Hotels Act. Under the act, hotels now have to have a certain operating license that costs $350 and lasts for 2 years. And it will come with some operating restrictions that are going to impact tourists heavily. One of them is that any hotel with over at least 100 employees has to have hired all their staff. That means they can't be contracting out people like front desk folk, security, um, the basic essential staff can't be contracted out. They will have to hire them and have them on in-house, and then they're going to have to do. They're going to also going to have security 24/7. It's going to make their costs more expensive, and they also can't have reservations for less than 4 hours. There are a lot of restrictions, but what's interesting is that these new restrictions are going to impact the smaller hotels, the small and medium-sized independent hotels that rely on contract work, that do their best to make things very cheap for very, very big budget travelers. So surprisingly, the large hotels have not complained about it. They were able to get fixes to the law to make sure that they don't take as much of the cost. But the smaller ones were upset about it, and they did voice their opposition to it. But unfortunately, the law is going to pass. It's already passed. And it's going to make hotels a bit more expensive for tourists who want to come to New York. New York's already very expensive. If their Airbnb is no longer welcome in the city, a lot of rooms are taken up by migrants. Hotel rates are at the highest they've ever been. So it's expensive right now to stay in New York City. Very expensive. And so with smaller competitors out of the way, New York City is going to get more expensive. And it's just, we'll see how things play out, but this is not helping the city become more affordable for travelers like you and me.